Now, whatever I love most, I am going to fear losing most. And then I'm going to hope in it most. So everything really kind of stems from love. Now, what if the thing that I love most is money? What if? If the thing that owns my heart, meaning now money has entered into my heart and taken over. So now my greatest love is for money and for status and for wealth. Then what happens is I no longer own my money owns me. And that's the essence of what happens when something is in the heart so much that it's just like the boat, right? The boat that allowed the dunya to enter, the boat that allowed the ocean to enter. So when money goes in the heart, it starts to own the person. And now that person will do anything for money. In essence, whatever is in my heart becomes my master. See, we are all slaves. We like to think that we like to think that if we don't believe in God, that we're actually free, right? I don't have a master, I'm free. I'm not, I don't even believe in God. But we actually are all slaves. We actually all have a master of some sort. But the difference is that when a person becomes Muslim, they have chosen to make their master the master of masters. So their master is actually God instead of anything else. When you do not enslave yourself to God, then you enslave yourself to something else. You're always enslaved to something. So what you've enslaved yourself instead to is something else. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's society's standards. Maybe it's your own desires. But you are a slave. The question is, what's your master? That's the only question you have to ask. It isn't, well, am I a slave or am I not? We are all slaves. We are all dependent and we all take some sort of master. The only question we have to ask is, what is it? And that ends up being what it is that owns our heart. For those people who take money as their master, they become enslaved to money. And that means, see, when your master tells you something, here's how you respond. Sami'na wa ata'na. We hear and we obey. Therefore, if it's money, anything that will make you more money, anything that will prevent you from losing more money, we hear and we obey. See, because now money is my master. And even if it means, massive amounts of riba, even if it means selling alcohol, even if whatever it means, but if it's about making more money, we hear and we obey. Right? Now it's whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it, even if it's ridiculous, even if it's completely, contradictory to modesty, even if it's completely contradictory to what God has said. But whatever I love most becomes my master. So that's the whole point. And this is the message that the Prophet ﷺ is telling us in the hadith. That there is that lump of flesh, and whatever captures that lump, whatever captures your heart, that's going to be what then controls the rest of the body. And if that lump of flesh is set right, then the entire body will be set right. If in your heart the thing that you love most is God, then whatever God says, then you say, we hear and we obey. Sami'na wa ata'na. That's the essence of submission, that we don't submit to these other things. We can love other things. We can love to be fashionable. We can love to have money. We can love people in our lives, but we do not submit to those things. We do not become slaves to anything other than God. And that's the essence of what is it that controls your heart. To summarize, this is a process of a journey, right? We are all in this life together, and we know with certainty that we're going to another higher life, inshallah. In order to be able to take that journey without drowning, we have to protect the heart. And that whole sort of prescription of how to protect the heart is what Islam is. It gives you a prescription. The example of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the example of our messenger, the book, the words of God, and the example of the messenger is a prescription to protect that heart and to keep that boat so that the ocean doesn't enter. We ask God that these words were beneficial. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم إنه غفور رحيم. سبحانك الله وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Peace be upon you all.